You've heard of Tokyo Rose. She was the biggest spy lady ever in the Japanese military. Tokyo Rose come on her radio and says, "We'd like to welcome the Black Era Division to Tinian. They just arrived," and that was us. Boy, Colonel Tibbets and all his staff went in orbit. I mean, it's Tokyo Rose. That was something. We were top secret. There wasn't nobody supposed to know what we were. And so he called all the flight crews and the ground crews together, and we worked about 2 days and 2 nights, taking all of those circles and black arrows off of all 15 airplanes. And he went to all of the other conventional squadrons around us and borrowed their insignia and their stencils and everything, brought it over there, and we put that stencil, those insignias on their airplane, changed the numbers and everything, and we towed these airplanes to those squadrons that said what squadron you're in and where they had a place for it. And we couldn't even find our own damn airplanes then. I mean, it was a mess, but it served. Tokyo Rose came on later. We've lost track of that Black Arrow Division and never found out what happened to them. August the 6th came, and we had trained and heard a lot of briefings up to that, and we were all ready for that. I mean, it gets old after a while, but we knew something big was coming, but we didn't know what, and never dreamed it would be Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We could never comprehend the damage that was done there. When it got time for the official mission, August the 6th, we were ready for it, but we were never told anything about it, and we didn't know what to expect. And when Colonel Tibbets got ready to go, we were all of the maintenance, or the ground maintenance people, were invited to be with the flight crews down there on the flight line, and we were at his airplane when it taxied out. He waved at us when he did. A photographer asked him to wave, and he did, and they got a picture of him doing that. They got a picture of the Enola Gay, and that was right after it was painted on there. Enola Gay was Colonel Tibbets' mother, and he decided that would be the name of his airplane, and they had to get a painter to paint the sign Enola Gay on the airplane before it left. And Tokyo Rose come on saying that some organization has dropped a special bomb on Hiroshima, and it's killed hundreds of people. It was thousands, and it's wiped the whole city out. And we'll be in touch with more information when we get it. Well, when the August 9th come on, she come on and says they have dropped another one of those special units, and it's wiped out Nagasaki and killed 80,000 people. So we got an announcement, somebody, one of the staff officers, all ground personnel and flight crews replaced or report to the flight line. And I thought, well, okay, we're going to see them come back and land. And they did. And I was there up close. I was there when Colonel Tibbets come out of the cockpit, and General Spatz was there, who's the Pacific commander, and a few other very important people were there from the Air Force, and they presented Colonel Tibbets with a Silver Star for the mission he completed. And so when he got out of it, and he talked to me many times later about that, said, "Milt, you remember me and my burning pipe in my hand?" I said, "I remember it very well. You couldn't get rid of it." And the hot pipe had his right here, and I got a picture, and I see that pipe right here. And he's standing there attention, them pinned the Silver Star on, his hand was burning up with that hot pipe there. He couldn't drop it, he couldn't do nothing. And he said, boy, that was an ordeal that I went through. And President Truman called Paul Tibbets and says, "Paul, do you have the third atomic bomb? Because they're not ready to surrender." He said, "Yes, but it's in Wendover." He said, "Send 2 crews immediately to Wendover to pick it up." And they dispatched, they left right then. They just had to go get their chutes and get on board and go. Serviced the airplane and left for the wind over. Well, we waited for them to surrender and nothing happened. Then they did surrender. You know, this was a couple of days before the deadline or something. They surrendered, and he says, cancel that mission to Wendover. Don't let them come back.